It's the all-new Sports Visions with Dale Williams and DJ Jones, your hometown sports guys. Two damn good dogs.
Welcome to the all-new Sports Visions. I'm DJ Jones alongside my good friend and traveling partner Dale Williams. How are you, sir?
What's up, player?
Hey, man, football season is in full effect. We're off and rolling.
Rolling, DJ, as you said, 9 weeks in, 10 weeks in on the high school piece, and everybody's getting ready to have their buys in the SEC and the ACC. Hey, a lot more football to be played, DJ.
A lot of more football, but you wouldn't even know that the Major League Baseball is into the playoffs as well as the NBA is about to start their season, but football rules right now.
Football rules right now. Everybody loves football season. A lot of things are going on in the month of October, like you said, DJ, from the Major League Baseball to the NBA to the NFL.
Coming up in just a little bit, we'll have an opportunity to talk local high school football. We'll also talk about a prize recruit that landed in the state of Georgia. Also, we'll have our Falcons report and a whole lot more. All that and more coming up next on Sports Visions.
Every remaining 2017 Nissan must go at Headquarter Nissan. Over 400 left, and they're all priced to sell. Drive a new Rogue for just $19,800. $19,800. Drive a new Altima for just $17,540. $17,540. That's right, a new Rogue just $19,800. A new Altima just $17,540. And they're all backed by a lifetime warranty. Hurry, because once they're gone, they're gone.
Columbus, it's a Nissan town.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. Dale, it's time to talk about high school football. And, man, believe it or not, we're approaching week 9 of high school football, and it seemed like we just started. But these guys are now all about – they're in playoff mode.
They're in playoff mode, DJ, and we talked about Central being in playoff mode. Hey, they're still number 1 in the state of Alabama, getting ready for the playoffs. And if they can get better, DJ, they're going to keep on winning and probably win that state championship.
Got to be proud of what Coach DuBose is doing over there with that program. We talked about Justin Ross, and we're going to have an opportunity in just a minute to talk about another 5-star recruit. But when you talk about the teams in the area that are doing well and that are getting ready for the playoffs, Manchester has done a phenomenal job. Marion County is outstanding. And, again, those guys hadn't gotten enough credit, but they are ready and are in playoff mode.
Manchester did a good job, all through the season. Marion County, always, traditionally, you're going to hear about Marion County. You got these, and then Troop doing so well this year. It's going to be interesting. Troop hung 40 on Sandy Creek. Now, that was big, DJ, and they got a football team up there. So we got a lot of teams around this area.
We do. We have a lot of teams and a lot of outstanding players. I talked about Justin Ross with Central, the 5-star wide receiver last week, and, of course, he has done well. But I tell you what, the number 1 prospect in all of America, in all of high school football, Justin Fields. I almost forgot his name, but I know you're not going to forget his name. Justin Fields, a dual-threat quarterback out of Kennesaw High School's Harrison High, has committed to University of Georgia, and I tell you what, man, folks are still partying about that right now.
Well, DJ, they're still partying about it. He committed to Georgia last week, and one of the biggest things about that, DJ, it was anticipated. People expected him to go to Georgia. Him decommitting from Penn State, ever since he's gone to Georgia, Georgia's been on his list. That's a good thing for Kirby Smart.
Absolutely, and again, when you talk about Georgia, and I know we're playing well, number 4 in the country, Fromm is doing an outstanding job. Easton is right there in the background, but you know what? When you think about what this is all about, because it's going to confuse some people, but I want to try to help them understand right now what this is all about. When you talk about the last 2 national champions, Nick Saban 2 years ago, last year, Dabo Swinney, the common denominator, they had a dual-threat quarterback. Not just a dual-threat quarterback, a top-flight 5-star dual-threat quarterback. And that's what Justin Fields will bring to Athens and, of course, add another element to the offensive production, because we're not going to have Sony Michel and Nick Chubb next year. So you got to have another dynamic feature. And I'm not going to say right now that Justin Fields will beat out from next year, but at the same time, he's going to make this team a lot better.
He's going to make the team a whole lot better, DJ. And, in the spirit of competitiveness, if you want to get better, you got to play against the top-of-the-line people. Iron sharpen iron. You got all these quarterbacks that say, well, what this kid's going to play? Like you said, DJ, the common denominator to a national championship is a dual-threat quarterback. Jake Fromm is doing well. Yeah, he was a 5-star player. Jason Eason, 5-star quarterback. All of them are there. But look at the running back situation, DJ. How do you know Nick Chubb is good? Sony Michel is good? These guys compete every day, and I like that fact about Kirby Smart. that he has built an environment of competitiveness.
Absolutely, and again, Dale McGee has done an outstanding job. The former Carver High School coach, former Kendrick running back in the 90s, man, and Dale has made a move. He's on a fast track, and again, he's making quite a name for himself on the recruiting trail in college football.
Yes, he is, DJ. Give him another raise, DJ. hey, I think he's doing great because all the 5-star players, I would love to know how many 5-star players Dale has brought in compared to all the other coaches. Doing a good job, still humble as he possibly can be, still doing his job, and doing a great job of managing those running backs at the University of Georgia.
Dale, before we get out of here, I want to definitely make sure that we go ahead and make mention of the press conference, the Tuskegee Morehouse press conference that we attended last Thursday.
Right.
And we had an opportunity to chat with the coaches, and we talked about this because Tuskegee and Morehouse are two schools that are prominent black college football teams around here, and these kids, I want to congratulate the coaches, the local high school coaches that brought their players over, some of their senior players. Probably about 12 high schools showed up for the event. But more specifically, we asked the coaches, what can these players and coaches do to get on your radar? And again, I was impressed with the fact that Coach did acknowledge the fact that they don't have the recruiting budgets as the D1s have. And when you see a college coach from a D1 on campus or all over the Southeast, but these coaches have a limited budget.
They have a limited budget, and, for them to address that was big at a press conference. But at the same time, DJ, there's some things that the kid can do and the school can do. And I think really that Huddle piece, that Huddle app, where basically is a highlight reel of each week of a kid's or how they play in those games, that helps a lot. Send it off to the school and then follow up behind it. You got to help yourself too, because everybody can't go to Georgia and everybody's not on Alabama board.
All right, we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey folks, Terry Bell here with my man, Mr. James Stallworth, the info commercial superstar.
Get off the couch.
Get off the couch.
Yep.
That's his logo. But we got something a little more important today to talk about. Football season, before we go there, my NC State Wolfpack beat Florida State and Louisville. I know nobody knows about NC State out there, the Wolfpack. But how about us, Mr. Stallworth?
Hey, man, that may be the #1 team.
Well, we're going to be ranked. Hey, us being ranked is like Alabama being #1. We play basketball up there. But we've got the Heisman Trophy here. October 25th to the 30th, come right here to Headquarter Nissan. And by Nissan sponsoring the Heisman, we've got, you see behind us, we got a couple of.
We got Desmond over there.
Got Desmond.
Marcus over here.
Marcus over here. So we invite everybody to come out to see the Heisman. Nissan, I think it's like their 8th or 9th year. And everybody sees the commercials. Very cool.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
You like
awesome.
it?
Big event. We're gonna talk about.
Are you gonna do the Heisman pose?
I'm gonna say that to the next.
You're gonna save it to the next one. But we appreciate y'all joining in. We had a great ceremony last Thursday. We had the Global Award of Excellence. We're one of the top 50 Nissan stores, James. It was a great turnout.
Man, that was awesome, man. What are we going to talk about today? The new Titan.
The new Titan. James wants to go to the new Titan, the American Titan, James.
Yeah, the big bad Titan.
You know why they call it American Titan?
Because it's built in America.
Look at that. We got James has got it. Built in Canton, Mississippi. It was designed, built, manufactured here. It's got America's best truck warranty, 5-year, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper.
Bumper to bumper. We got the diesel, XD, we got the regular size, we got
20,
all of them.
I think it's 42 different models between a V6, V8, and diesel. But James is talking about, he wants to bring up, if you buy a Titan between now and the end, you get a
four-wheeler.
You get a four-wheeler hunting season. Come out and see it. They're giving us that sign. What does that mean, James?
It's time to wrap it up.
See you on the next show.
And welcome back to Sports Vision. It's now time for our college football report. And of course, when you talk about college football in this area right now, I think, Dale, for the first time in a long time, we've had 3 SEC schools from our area, the teams that you like, in the top 10. And I'm talking about Alabama at #1. You're talking about University of Georgia moving up to #4, and Auburn cracking the top 10, of course, at 10.
I mean, that's been big, DJ. And really, if you want to, DJ, you throw Tech in the whole thing, too, because really, they're coming, so you can look for that. But one of the biggest things around here is that regional threat. The SEC is still impactful. I mean, Auburn losing against Clemson early this year, but they're still, I mean, there's some teams still around here.
Let's go ahead and start with #1 rated Alabama. Now, again, they had an opportunity to play Texas A&M, a team that has given them some problems over the past few years. And I know when you talk about Alabama, everybody just thinks that Alabama's going to crush and roll 66, 55 points a game every week. But this week, Texas A&M gave them a challenge.
Well, you know, they always give Alabama a challenge, and I think really they're suited and their players are made just like Alabama players are made. But at the same time, you know, Nick Saban, again, you know, he cares the way they win. You know, you got to win a kind of way. 27-19, had an opportunity 24-3 at a point of the game to close the game out. They didn't close the game out, DJ, and Mr. Saban wasn't really happy about that. But I think one of the biggest things and one ingredient that you must have if you're going to beat Alabama, you can't turn the ball over, and you have to take your opportunity. You have to make the best of your opportunity.
Absolutely. Again, Brett Bielema and the Arkansas Razorbacks haven't been having a choice season. However, you know, each and every week in the SEC, you're going to put on your best game face when you're going up against the best.
You're going against the best, you're going to play the best. You know, I think really he's on the hot seat, DJ. I think Alabama's going to be ready to play and attain some of those defensive mistakes that they made, and really they know that that game shouldn't have been that close, and it's going to be interesting to see how they come back.
Let's go over on the Plains, and I know that the Auburn Tigers, they've jumped up into the 10th spot in the Associated Press polls, and Gus Malzahn and all those naysayers that were talking about Gus is on the hot seat. Well, guess what? That talk is chilled out a little bit.
Oh, it's really chilled out, but I think one of the biggest things about Auburn, you know, you got to keep in mind, you know, everybody got great expectations, DJ, but you got to keep in mind this, DJ. They only lost to Clemson, man. And really, with the turnovers they made against Clemson, they could have beat Clemson. So I'm still watching Auburn in the back seat back here. I'm watching the rearview mirror, how they're playing. They're playing good. And then the Kerryon Johnson piece, that's just been huge for him.
He's having a special season, as well as we're seeing, Jarrett Stidham develop right in front of our eyes. He's becoming the quarterback that we all thought, and when all the talk before he actually played it down, he's starting to play and be that quarterback that Auburn needs.
You know, everybody talks about a ball manager efficiency. Quarterback efficiency is big, not turning the ball over, DJ, getting the ball out, you know, and really, he's not really throwing that many passes, DJ, but he's just managing the ball. You can't turn over the ball in a Gus Malzahn offense.
Well, one thing about it, they got to play this week because they're going down to one of the loudest stadiums in the country, and they're going to go down and play LSU, a team that has, I guess, been rejuvenated because they came up with a big victory this past weekend. But going down to play at Death Valley.
That's going to be big for him, DJ. But traditionally and historically, DJ, Auburn plays well down in Death Valley. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think really they'll be up for the challenge. It's going to be a better game than what people anticipated with LSU coming off a 17-16 victory against Florida. So I think it's going to be an interesting game, but I think Auburn continues to keep rolling and keeps getting better, and that defense is very underrated. Rodney Garner got the guy playing, player.
Absolutely. And again, when you talk about the Georgia Bulldogs, they moved up one spot, and I know that everybody and their grandmothers wondering if Alabama and Georgia are going to meet in Atlanta for the SEC championship.
You know, like the word is, they keep chopping wood. You know, that would be great, but you know, you got one game at a time. You know, I'm trying not to get caught up in all the hype, DJ. It's been good to see Georgia play the way that they play against Vanderbilt. That offensive line did a great job. Running backs, you know, got all the running backs, DJ. So, you know, you got Chubb, you got Sony Michel, you got a Holyfield, you got a Swift. These kids come in and out, and all of them could have had 100 yards, DJ. But for that offensive line, that's been hats off to the offensive line.
Absolutely. 150 yards for Sony Michel, 138 for Nick Chubb, and again, 68 yards for DeAndre Swift. And again, but this week, again, they got homecoming. Missouri is coming in, another SEC foe. It's not going to be a walk in the park. They got to line up and play every week.
Every week, DJ. And my biggest thing is this, that continue to play well, continue to get better, rest some of those injuries that you have. Then we got an off week next week before you go play Florida. But one game at a time, Bulldog Nation.
And, of course, when you talk about Georgia Tech, Taquan Marsh from right up the road in Harris County, he has the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, believe it or not, a biscuit throw from being in the top 25 in the Associated Press polls. And again, what they're doing, and they had an off week, they had opportunity to get themselves regrouped, and for Taquan's sake, get himself healthy, because he's been taking a lot of pounding and he's rushed for a lot of yards and a lot of touchdowns. But going up against Mark Richt, a Mark Richt team that is looking to win an ACC championship.
They're looking to win an ACC championship. Miami coming off a big-time victory against Florida State. You know, really for them, that was a big win. Killed a 7-year stretch. Mark Richt usually plays Georgia Tech pretty good, whatever team he's playing. But at the same time, DJ, they got a quarterback too, and Malik Rozier, that played a great game against Florida State, who has a good defense. But the Taquan piece is going to be big. Ball control, You know Georgia Tech believes in ball control and possessing that ball, killing the clock. That's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a big-time game.
Absolutely. We know that Paul Johnson is going to chalk up and call the offensive plays, but Ted Roof is going to have an outstanding performance to stop this very, very talented Hurricane offense.
Well, DJ, Paul Johnson has a little saying, DJ, that his best defense is his offense. He don't even want to see his defense on the field. And when you can average 18, 19 play drives, 38, 48 minutes, not 48, but 38 to 28 minutes a game, possessing the ball. If they don't have the ball, DJ, it's going to be hard for the other team to score.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our Chick-fil-A picks of the week.
All right, our Chick-fil-A picks of the week, DJ, we got Alabama will host Arkansas over at Tuscaloosa. Auburn travels to Baton Rouge to play LSU. Georgia will host Missouri for homecoming. Georgia Tech will travel to Miami to play the Hurricanes. Texas against Oklahoma. South Carolina against Tennessee. Nebraska against Ohio State, and our Black College Classic game of the week is Tuskegee against Jackson State in the fifth quarter classic in Mobile. Don't forget to email Dale Williams at sportsvisionsusa.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones. You might know me from my athletic career at Carver High School, University of Georgia, or my sports broadcasting career. I know a lot of people. But when it comes to an attorney I trust, I call Forrest B. Johnson.
I'm Forrest Johnson of Forrest B. Johnson & Associates. And I want to let you know how proud we are to be a part of your community, a part of the Columbus community and the Phoenix, Alabama community. Consider us first. When you or any member of your family has been involved in an automobile accident, remember, car wreck, get a check.
Call now, 706-223-5380.
Call now.
Come on out to the Office Sports Bar and Grill. Whether meeting up with friends, colleagues, or family, you will feel right at home. We have live music from local artists, happy hour from 4 to 6 daily, and outstanding daily specials. The Office Sports Bar and Grill is not your typical sports bar. Come eat and drink like a boss.
Every remaining 2017 Nissan must go at Headquarter Nissan. Over 400 left, and they're all priced to sell. Drive a new Rogue for just $19,800. $19,800. Drive a new Altima for just $17,540. $17,540. That's right, a new Rogue just $19,800. A new Altima just $17,540. And they're all backed by a lifetime warranty. Hurry, because once they're gone, they're gone.
Columbus, it's a Nissan town.
Attention Columbus, Fort Benning, Phoenix City, and the surrounding areas. Sports Visions Entertainment presents the Party Bus Lifestyle. Take a trip with us. Don't worry about driving. 15, 25, 30 of your sorority sisters, fraternity brothers, family, or friends. Get to travel in luxurious lifestyle, in-town or out-of-town visits. Come travel with us and experience the exclusive luxury Party Bus Lifestyle. Call 706-681-1136 or 706-681-5192. And welcome back to Sports Visions. Dale, it's now time for our Atlanta Falcons report. The Falcons didn't play this past week, and again, that was a blessing because, again, it gave them opportunity to get some players healed up. I see that, of course, when you talk about Vic Beasley, the outstanding pass rusher, a leading sacker last year, he had been down for the last few weeks with a pulled hamstring. He's had an opportunity. He is back practicing this week, and Julio had the little tweak, if you will, and so Mohamed Sanu as well. So good to see so many of the players back and, of course, getting ready for this next game.
But, DJ, it was good that the Falcons did have an off week last week, DJ, so they could nurse some of these injuries. But I think one of the biggest things also, I think they need to work on a little bit more execution, get a little bit more variety. And, Matt Ryan's always done a good job, DJ, of getting the ball out to everybody. So I think really just getting the rest from those injured players and then kind of tuning up some things with the other players.
Absolutely. And again, when you talk about the production, again, as we've gone a quarter of the way through the NFL season, the Atlanta Falcons, in my opinion, have not played the kind of ball that we expected them to play. And you talk about, the offensive production, if all the weapons are there, although Matt Ryan has not been as sharp as he has been as the MVP the season he had last year, I think that, of course, this week will help him get to the point where he is back to that MVP form. But more importantly, I think the fact that all the time that Taylor Gabrielle as well as Julio Jones missed during training camp, that took him out of sync. And when you talk about offensive production, especially in the passing game, so much of the precision, so much of the efficiency has to do with timing. And if you don't practice together, your timing is no way for you to have good timing.
Said DJ, and at the same time, and you got to practice to get to play better. You got to have chemistry. You don't get chemistry by not practicing, and I think really going through that first part of the season, progress report, I give them a C, DJ. C in the meaning of they can get better. I think Dan Quinn know they can be better. I think their whole offensive squad know they can get better. And when they start hitting on all cylinders, we'll know that they've gotten better. On defense, they got to get off the field on third down, DJ, on some more important things. And really just blitz. But one of the biggest things I'm glad that they had time to rest and tweak some injuries.
When you say get off the field, hopefully Vic Beasley and his speed from the other coming from outside is going to help them get off the field on third downs. But it's funny we're talking about the Falcons like we are, and they're still 3-1. They're in second place in the NFC East. Of course, the Carolina Panthers are undefeated. Cam Newton is having an MVP type season. But again, as bad as the Falcons have played, for them to be 3-1 at this point, man. Hey, where else would you want to be?
Well, really, I think they're in a nice place, but again, DJ, we always talk about this expectation. And, other than getting back to the Super Bowl, people don't want to hear excuses. They don't want lost games. Even with everything that's going on, they still have not hit on all cylinders yet, and you don't want to start too early. I'd rather for them to roll into the playoffs like we talked about last year, play your way into the playoffs, and continue to get better and better.
The next opponent is the Miami Dolphins, and the Miami Dolphins came into the season in a stress period. Of course, their starting quarterback going down. They had to sign Jay Cutler, who had retired and went into the broadcast booth, gave him $10 million, and you know what? It's up and down right now.
Well, it's up and down, DJ. You can almost write this down if you're in a top executive for the Miami Dolphins, that you're going to be $10 million in the red, DJ, because Jay Cutler has not performed, has not played, and I think really the Falcons need to come off really on Jay Cutler and the Dolphins, they're trying to upgrade their defense. They need to do a whole lot of things defensively. They need to take over the game. They need some more turnovers on defense for the Falcons.
Before we get out of here, Dale, let's talk a little bit about some of the intriguing stories and storylines in the NFL. And I want to talk about what some teams are not doing. I know two teams that jump off the page at me right now, the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants, man. I tell you what, a lot of expectations went in at the start of the season, but right now these two teams are not playing the kind of ball that they want to play.
No, they're not, DJ, but really Dallas has had a tough schedule, but at the same time, they're not clicking on all cylinders. I think they've had a lot of distractions, but you play for the Dallas Cowboys, you're going to have some distractions at all times. The Ezekiel Elliott piece is not kicking. Dak Prescott has not been the Dak Prescott, but really, DJ, this is just his second year. He's still playing very well, so I think really they just need to get together. They actually need a defense.
And as far as the New York Giants are concerned, man, boy, they're snake bitten. Odell Beckham Jr. has gone out with an injury that's going to probably take him out the rest of the year, Dale. He's the same ankle that he injured earlier in the season. I understand he has a fracture in that as well as some ligament damage, but you know what? Wish him the best and a speedy healing.
Watch this, DJ. They lost 4 receivers this weekend. They got to get some receivers for Eli. They were saying Eli was having a bad season, but now he doesn't have anybody to throw the ball to, so it's going to be interesting to see what receivers come into New York.
All right, big shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. They're playing lights out, the only undefeated team up to this point, and I know that a lot of the Chiefs fans out in the Midwest are doing well. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a short break. This is Sports Visions.
This is Daryl Bird at Headquarters Nissan. When Dale and DJ go on the road with Sports Vision, they go on the road with a Nissan vehicle. For all your Nissan vehicle needs, call Daryl at Headquarters Nissan at 706-304-9681.
Come on out to the Office Sports Bar and Grill. Whether meeting up with friends, colleagues, or family, you will feel right at home. We have live music from local artists, happy hour from 4 to 6 daily, and outstanding daily specials. The Office Sports Bar and Grill is not your typical sports bar. Come eat and drink like a boss.
Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones. You might know me from my athletic career at Carver High School, University of Georgia, or my sports broadcasting career. I know a lot of people. But when it comes to an attorney I trust, I call Forrest B. Johnson.
I'm Forrest Johnson of Forrest B. Johnson & Associates. And I want to let you know how proud we are to be a part of your community, a part of the Columbus community and the Phoenix, Alabama community. Consider us first. When you or any member of your family has been involved in an automobile accident, remember, car wreck, get a check.
Call now, 706-223-5380.
Call now.
You okay?
What happened?
Dad kind of walked into my swing.
Don't you mean Dad kind of ruined our Hawaii fund?
I should go to the hospital.
There goes the airfare. I don't think health insurance will cover all of that. Without that cash from Aflac, we might have to choose between Hawaii or your face.
Hawaii.
What?
Oh, Hawaii.
You might have less coverage than you think. Visit Aflac.com and keep your lifestyle healthy.
Aflac!
Every remaining 2017 Nissan must go at Headquarter Nissan. Over 400 left, and they're all priced to sell. Drive a new Rogue for just $19,800. $19,800. Drive a new Altima for just $17,540. $17,540. That's right, a new Rogue just $19,800. A new Altima just $17,540. And they're all backed by a lifetime warranty. Hurry, because once they're gone, they're gone.
Columbus, it's a Nissan town.
And welcome back to today's final segment of Sports Vision. Dale, I tell you, man, just a heck of a weekend lineup for football, high school, college, and professional.
I mean, big time weekend, man. And really, congratulations on your award this week. You know, tell the folks about your award, man.
Thank you, man. I would just want to give a special shout out to Dr. Sonia Ham and, of course, the High Definition Women's Network organization. I had the pleasure of being awarded the Barack Obama Presidential Award for Community Service at an outstanding ceremony last week at the Lederium Hotel in Atlanta, up in the perimeter area. And of course, if nothing else, we got to go back to that hotel because it was outstanding.
Okay, you didn't tell me about the hotel, but yeah, we got to talk about that. Yeah, congratulations, and everybody that's out there in the community, do something to help some kids in your community. Not that you need an award for it or anything like that, but help out your community.
You said that right, because we're usually the ones that are giving awards away. Of course, God has blessed us with this platform, and it's good to know that some people out there are watching you, and to be picked out and selected, it still give you that chill like when we were those young stallions walking across the stage and back in youth ball in high school and college.
That's right. Encouragement is everything.
Absolutely. Now, in wrapping up the show, Dale, when you talk about what we got coming up, I know we can't leave a show without talking about our 10th annual
That's right.
Columbus Valley Area High School Football Awards Luncheon, and that'll be on Wednesday, December 13th, 11:30 at the St. Luke Ministry Center.
Again, save the date, December 13th, 11:30 at St. Luke Ministry Center, and like I said, call DJ at 706-681-1136, or you can call me, Dale Williams, at 706-681-5192.
Hey, man, before we get out of here, we got to talk a little bit about, of course, the NBA preseason. And I'm excited because, again, not that I have watched any preseason games, but I'm waiting on the NBA season because there have been so many moves through free agency and trading, and so many superstars now, again, that seemed to be the template, just picking a team that and go stacking a team. So we got a lot of teams out there that I can't wait to watch.
A lot of teams, DJ, and the storyline is going to be big over in the NBA from the Cleveland Cavaliers trading with the Tyree Irving piece going to Boston. Now you got Melo with the OKC. It's going to be a lot of storylines, and I think the Los Angeles Lakers might be back relevant, DJ.
Okay, and last but not least, man, we're getting close to the Fall Classic, the World Series I'm talking about. Have you seen any baseball this year?
I saw the Astros, DJ. I'm telling you why I watched the Astros, because of my boy Joe Pittman and our big catcher used to stay in the estate, DJ, Cliff Johnson.
That's right.
That's right.
And don't forget Cesar Cedeno,
That's
one of my
boy.
favorite all-time great Houston Astros. Mm-hmm. Well, folks, that's going to do it for all the time we have for today's show. For Dale Williams, I'm DJ Jones, reminding you to keep your eye on the ball. Have a great week.
Be sure to check out our Facebook page, Sports Visions TV Show, or our website, www.sportsvisionsusa.com.